Ladies and gentlemen, it's NewFM Northern League 1 first grade grand final time. Let's make some noise for Bell Swans and the Bluebells.
Good afternoon and welcome to this Northern New South Wales Northern League 1 grand final. This is an incredibly exciting matchup between West Wallsend, who ran third in the regular season, and Belmont Swansea, who ran fourth. I'm Chris Turner. You're joined here by Damien Smith. We're going to do our best this afternoon to give this game some justice. And Damien Smith, Smudge, field's in great condition. We've got a breezy afternoon. Your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one today, Chris Turner. Yeah, the field's in great condition. We were here last night when Edgeworth played Lambton, and it's a beautiful roll on the pitch. It's going to be a fast game. The game was fast last night. The ball will be skidding off. It is a bit blowy. But, yeah, it's going to be a very interesting game. And also very interesting, it's West Wallsend who came in third versus fourth in a grand final.
Yeah, well, here we go. And I guess running through the sides here, West Wallsend, just as they're running over to take off their warm-up shirts, it looks like, and give to their crowd. Just going through the sides here, Smudge, and starting for West Wallsend in goals, number 1, Jesse Cook. Playing at the back, number 23, Bryson Cox. Number 4, Jared Oliveri. Number 67, Brad Andrews. Number 24, Brendan Frost. Number 3 is Adam Cooper. Number 6 is Bailey Jensen. Number 8, Sam Holt. Number 7, Joey Holt. Number 10, Ty Jones. Number 9, Ryan Cole. And on the bench, we have number 2, Josh West. 11, Bailey Maxton. Number 19, Mitch Maxton. 25, Bronson Marshall. Coached by Gary Rowe and assistant Lucas Olney.
And for Belmont Swansea, in goals, number 1, Ben Parmenter. Number 5, Corey Wilson. Number 8, Mitchell Cook. Number 11, Reece Newton. Number 4, Mark Finlayson. Number 2, Sean Matthews. Number 9, Josh Sutton. Number 10, Cameron Tapp. Number 7, Chris Gazzard. Number 3, Clayton Poole. And number 17, Claudine Armartel. Nickname Antonio, he's told us. On the bench for Belmont Swansea, number 12, and their club captain, Joel Shearer. Number 6, Dan Rufo. Number 14, Cameron Lodge. Number 13, Mart Ellis. And reserve grade keeper is number 20, Will Reeves. Coached by Josh Rufo and assistant coached by Mick Stafford.
And here we go, and we're underway. Smudge, this game, it has all of the ingredients. These two sides have really battled their way through the back end of the season to get into the semi-finals, and then from there, both these sides. Third time in a row for Belmont Swansea to make the grand final. West Wallsend weren't even sure if they're going to make the semis, did particularly well to get there, and then all of a sudden they find themselves in the grand final.
Yeah, that was just told there, that's just a foul on Sam Holt. It's a late challenge by the Belmont Swansea player. Yeah, you're exactly right. West Wallsend did it the hard way. They had to win their last few games to get through and make the semi-finals, which is the first time in many years. But what's ironic, CT, is the last time Belmont Swansea won the grand final was in 1986, 32 years ago. And that was against West Wallsend, 4-2 on penalties. And one person at that game was West Wallsend's coach, Gary Rowe.
We mentioned the pitch here before. It's in immaculate condition. The Edgeworth contingent have done a great job putting this together. As you said, Smudge, we were here yesterday and last night, and the pitch is playing very, very true.
And just with the weather, CT, I know you think you're an expert on the weather. It's a bit of a southerly coming through, you feel?
Yeah, southerly with a southeasterly influence at about 33 kilometres an hour, Damien, yes.
So that's probably blowing from right to left, so favouring Bell Swans in the first half.
That's correct. And Smudge, there's some very experienced footballers out here, some of them to keep your eye on. That man, Mitchell Cook, certainly one of them, got plenty of NPL experience.
Well, won by Jared Oliveri.
And for Bell Swans, other notable players, Sean Matthews has been around for a long time. He's certainly, Sean would have to be 41, 42 years old, and he's been a wonderful footballer throughout his career. Chris Gazzard is another one who has played NPL for a lot of years, and you know these types of players in these types of games, Smudge, are a magnificent addition to these groups of younger players that may not have been in grand finals or certainly get a bit struck by the stage.
Yeah, exactly, CT. Yeah, they've got some experience, but it'll be very interesting to see the young legs of West Wallsend. Adam Cooper, Sean Matthews on the ball now.
And Clayton Poole's on the ball at the moment, Smudge. He's a player you're familiar with?
Yeah, he's had many years at playing NPL out at Valentine and a few other clubs. He's been a great player.
And what do you think that he's going to bring into this game this afternoon? He's experienced.
Yeah, exactly. He's playing on the right-hand side. He's more of a left footer, so he looks like Josh Riffo will like to see him sort of cutting in. You can see him sort of swapping with Josh Sutton a little bit as well. Both similar players and both very lethal in attack. Joey Holt on the ball. Won by Sean Matthews. Josh Sutton. And a good, strong challenge by Ryan Cole. Joey Holt. That's his cousin Sam Holt in the middle of the park with him.
As we see Joey Holt, he fouled there in the middle of the park, and Oliveri will take this one away. West Wallsend will be under a little bit of pressure in this breeze in the first half, so you know it'll be important for them to get the balls in behind on a big pitch.
Ball won by Corey Wilson. Gazzard out to Sutton. Sutton ventures forward. Well closed down by Sam Holt. Cameron Tapp plays it through. And Brad Andrews disposes of Sutton. I remember Sutton a few years ago playing here in the grand final for Bell Swan CT, and he won our man of the match in the losing side against Wallsend. Wallsend won on penalties, but he had a tremendous game. He's such a lethal player, and Josh Riffo said they've missed him this year. He only came through halfway through the season, so...
Yeah, and he's got a lot of pace as well. He certainly put himself around well that day. He's in the number 9 shirt, if you're viewing this one, and a player to keep an eye on this afternoon. See Gazzard just dropped this one in short, and then Sutton back on the ball. He'll drop it back out to Gazzard. Clips it in. Ooh. And that one's cleared away by Bryson Cox.
Claudana Martin, or nickname Antonio, very unlucky there just to get a little bit of a flick on, and Jesse Cook cleaned it up, and it's out for another corner for Bell Swans. Gazzard swings it in, beautiful looking cross. It's up, bounced down. It's a put in by Clayton Poole. Bit of a scrappy goal, CT, but the ball bounced down to Clayton Poole. He's the first one to pounce on it, and he's put it away nicely just inside the 6-yard box. What a great start from Belmont Swansea.
Well, it's the perfect start, and scrappy may be in the output, but the input from Chris Gazzard, what a wonderful corner in, and Clayton Poole on hand to put that one away, and did a wonderful job in doing exactly that. So that makes Belmont Swansea number 1, West Wallsend 0.
Number 1.
It's got a bit of background noise with that speaker over our left shoulders. Apologies for that. Yeah, that is Belmont Swansea 1, West Wallsend 0. Big crowd here from West Wallsend as well. You see them on the far side of the pitch. They're here in numbers, and good crowd in overall, Smudge.
Yeah, great ball by Sam Holt. And cleared by Mitchell Cook. Yeah, great start by West Wallsend. They have got the win, so they've got the advantage in the first half. But it's very important that West Wallsend stay composed, stay compact in defence, go back to their structures. Probably Gary will be disappointed with the marking in the box, especially for a player like Clayton Poole leaving free inside the 6-yard box. But you know what? He put it away very well, didn't he?
Well, he sure did. He hit it with some authority, and this is something that we've spoken about in the past, Smudge, about the advantage of the wind. You know, how much do you think that it actually will play?
Frost.
How much do you think this is going to play a part, the wind this afternoon, in terms of your attack and also your defence? Smudge, that was a question.
So Brendan Frost with the corner. It's going to be an outswinger. Beautiful ball across. Oliveri up. Good header by Mitchell Cook. Gone back to Cook. It's gone to Sam Holt. The Bailey Jensen snaps it. Oh, good save by Payne-Menta.
Jensen there dealt with that really well. He just created enough space for him to swing a leg, and probably not the ultimate power that he wanted, but had it exactly where he needed to go. So Smudge, back on this breeze, are you thinking that it will create some havoc for West Wallsend in the first half?
Yeah, I think so. You can tell with the corner, Gazzard's corner was so dangerous, swung in with the breeze, didn't it? So, and it made it quite awkward for the defenders to clear it. So Frost again with the corner. Multi-talented, taking them from both sides, CT. Whips it in, beautiful looking corner again. It's free on the back stick. Oh, he's put it away! It's Ty Jones. Another again, bit sloppy defending. Both Belswans in the box. Ty Jones left free, and he just slots it home. 1-1 here at Edgeworth Oval.
Oh, well, that one's brought the Westie crowd to life, and hasn't Jones finished that well? The first strike, difficult control, but then Jones on hand to slot that away, Smudge, and that makes it 1 each, and just the reply West Wallsend were after.
Can I just say, you asked me the question about the wind, CT, and I think it's causing havoc for both sides because both sides have struggled to deal with the cross coming into the box. It's pretty gusty out there. And again, a player unmarked inside the six-yard box. He puts it away and, great finish by Ty Jones.
Got a feeling here, Smudge, that this is going to be a really open affair this afternoon.
Belmont, Swansea United 1.
It's got all of the ingredients to really open up, and both sides are going to leave nothing in the tank. They will absolutely battle all afternoon to get a result.
Just looking at their previous results, CT, throughout the season in round 11, Belswans won. Sorry about the wind here. Yeah, previous results, Belswans beat West Wallsend 2-1 at home, and in the final round of which got West Wallsend into the semi-finals, and in the third spot, West Wallsend beat Belswans 3-1 as well. So been very close and even contest between the two.
Well, interestingly enough, also the Belmont Swansea have scored in the regular season 32 goals versus West Wallsend, 22 goals I should say, in the regular season, and 36 for West Wallsend. So West Wallsend, definitely on a better strike rate.
Yeah, just on that CT, I was talking to Josh Russo before the game. Belswans have scored, they're the ninth best attack. However, they're the best defence. They've got the best defensive record in the league with 22 goals. So they pride themselves on defence, obviously. But in saying that, they didn't miss Clayton Poole as well as Josh Sutton for the majority of the season. So
consistent with our overall performance, you and I, Smudge. I've actually read the aways goals, not the full. So West Wallsend have scored 45 in the regular season and 32 goals for Belmont Swansea, with West Wallsend 36 against. And as you're saying, that stat, 22 goals. So defensively, Belmont Swansea very, very strong. So West Wallsend would be buoyed by being able to put one away against a side that's so defensively strong.
Yeah, well, that's right. They're only conceding that's probably 1.1 goals per game. So that means they must limit the chances. So therefore, West Wallsend getting an opportunity scoring is just such a bonus for West Wallsend. But I think there's a few more goals either way in this game. It's opened up already, and this win is causing a few issues as well.
Yeah, and I think if you're looking at players that you want to put their hand up, people like Mitchell Cook in particular and Reece Newton playing in the middle of the back for Belmont Swansea, these are the men. Cook, experience, and he will know how desperate the Belmont Swansea will be to win a grand final in their third attempt.
And they haven't won one for 32 years. So Frost on the ball. Delivered by Holt. That's Sam Holt again.
It is
closed in by and cleared by Mark Finlayson. Throw in West Wallsend. Frost on the ball. Gary Rose got big reps on young Frost on the left-hand side. Throws it in. Nice flick on by Ty Jones. Oliveri with the... And he was very unlucky. Oliveri with the bicycle. Very difficult in the windy conditions here today, but it's gone out for a corner, or for a goal kick, sorry. Pimenta. Long goal kick. And Ryan Cole just nods it out for a Bell Swans throw in. Thrown in. Nice flick on, but just a bit too far. Jesse Cook cleans it up. So you see, just looking at the two shapes out here, 4-4-2 looks like both sides are going in with. So it's going to be a bit of a game of chess, isn't it? Nice and early on, which it has been. It's been quite tight. Hasn't been no real flow of the game at the moment. There's only been a few passes and there's been a bit of a turnover, so there's been no flow. But in saying that, pitch is in great conditions, but we're very windy. It's very hard to get the ball on the deck, isn't it? It's sort of blowing a gust.
Yeah, it certainly is. I think with a pitch that's as good as this, and again credit to Edgeworth, it allows for good football, and by that meaning you can play it on the deck. You can hit your passes at the pace you want to hit them and get them to where they want to go, provided you've got the ability to do that. And there's plenty of men out here that can. I do think that this win personally is going to play some havoc. Both teams lining up in a 4-4-2, so it's pretty easy to see the lines. It's pretty clear to see the matchups are going to be easy. They don't have to adjust too much for different styles, as in different shapes. So that makes it fairly easy. But as you said, Smudge, it hasn't really had much of a flow at the moment, probably because it's a grand final and the adrenaline is running through the veins of these players. And I think what's important, as West Wallsend are doing right now, is to take some time and get some possession and start knocking the ball around, especially when you're playing into a strong wind. The wind, as we mentioned before, as you're looking at it, it's going from your right to left across the park. And West Wallsend now playing long balls isn't really the answer because he's going to get held up. Just keep it down on the deck, and I think, as we'll see Joey Holt, or it's not even, but we'll get this ball played out and see if they can get some more possession, because I think that's the key for Westie in the first half. Frost delivers, beautiful ball back stick, Oliveri, and Parmenta cleans up. Yeah, they just had a good passage of play just early, CT, West Wallsend, just knocking the ball around, a few combinations between Adam Cooper and Ty Jones. That's a great ball in, Oliveri, and cleared away by Corey Wilson. Just on Corey Wilson, the left fullback for Belmont Swansea. He made the Team of the Year, the NewFM Team of the Year, which is congratulations. And for West Wallsend, Jared Oliveri made the Team of the Year. So congratulations to both boys. Obviously, they've had some outstanding seasons. Well, Jared Oliveri is a quality footballer as well. It's noted on his coach's team notes. He's pretty good at every part of his game except sprinting. Jesse Cook, out to Newton. Cox, sorry. Brad Andrews tries to keep it in. A bit of a turnover. Oh, just went past Antonio. Jesse Cook out to Oliveri. Oliveri advances forward. Plays it in the Bailey Jensen. Back to Oliveri. Back to Frost. And well defended by Belmont Swansea. They're trying to transition quick here. And that's a foul on Chris Gazzard, is it? Far side? Yeah, it is Chris Gazzard. And, it's amazing to watch this guy. He's been around for a long, long time and he's still looking fit. He's still going, and he's one of their central points to success this afternoon. Is Chris Gazzard. It's a good opportunity for Bell Swans. The wind's sort of blowing, obviously, southerly. The wind's going to actually blow the ball towards the goal, so it's going to be very dangerous. If Clayton Pill can get this over the first defender, who was only probably 5 yards away, I think the referee needs to pull him back a little bit there, Bailey Jensen. Well, Pill will hit this with his left foot, and it will swing towards the goal. As he's done, he's delivered, and Cook comes out. Sean Matthews gets a decisive header, looking for Sutton, but just didn't quite make its mark. And Andrews clears it. And Wilson will come in to take this throw in for Belmont Swansea. Nice header.
Back to Sutton. Sutton plays it wide and cleared by Brendan Frost. Finlayson. Oh, it's a tough challenge on Finlayson. No foul. Yeah, he's pulled it back for foul. He allowed play to go on, referee. He did very well, but he's pulled it back for the foul from Bailey Jensen and Ty Jones on Finlayson. Just quickly, boys, before they take the free kick, just in the lower grades grand final, West Wallsend won the 18s 1-0 over Cohiba, and in the under-20s, Cooks Hill came up trumps 1-0 over New Lambton Eagles. So congratulations to both teams.
Here's Clayton Poole in a similar position. So he swung any good ball before. He may put a bit more whip on this one with the hope of heading towards goals, and it just all it needs is a touch towards goals. And he does exactly that. Just didn't quite clear the front. And Gazzard gets himself in a bit of bother with close attention. Oh. And that's a big, big charge from Cameron Tapp.
Mate, there's some feeling in this game, isn't it? Just starting the ball, isn't it? Start off a little bit slow, a little bit...
you can see...
A little bit reserved now. It's starting to get intense, especially with, obviously, the goals either side.
The sea of blue on the far side of West Wallsend, they're really egging things on over there. And as I said, Smudge, this is a great crowd in for a grand final.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like half or, if not all, of West Wallsend's out here today.
It'll be all of it. There'll be no shops open this afternoon in Westie.
Yeah, good move by Josh Sutton. Evades. Oh, it's a strong challenge by Ryan Cole. He's very quick, isn't he? Lightning quick, number 9 for West Wallsend, Ryan Cole.
Well, he really is. And as you say, you know, he's got some speed, and so is Sutton. So a few interesting matchups here this afternoon.
Corey Wilson delivers the ball into the box. Back stick, and the wind just takes it over the back four of West Wallsend out for a goal kick.
We have the owner of a silver Ford registration plate AOF 01L. That's AOF 01L, a Ford, silver Ford.
Cook will take us back out into the park with this, punching it into the breeze. You can see the ball just sitting up in the air. And Cook finds Gazzard and falls for Jensen.
Good ball into Ty Jones out on the left-hand side.
He's got on the inside Cole. You got Holt floating about.
Ooh. Yeah, right. I think Ty Jones just sort of lead with his toe pointed up a little bit. I think it's a good call by the referee. He got a bit frustrated. It was well closed down by Sean Matthews and Reece Newton on that far side and forced him backwards and forced the turnover.
We'll see Finlayson look to search this one down the park. You can see the ball flight a lot flatter. And that falls as far as Frost. Frost then finds Sutton.
Just looking at Sutton and Clayton Poole for Belmont Swansea, they've swapped sides. Clayton Poole's moved out here to the left and Sutton's moved out to the right. So they're going to probably change up throughout the course of the game. Talking to Josh Riffo before the game, he said, you know, look out for that as well. So just to try and change their variation in attack. So
yeah, I guess what that does is it allows your defenders on the other side to get a look at someone different, and you keep them guessing a little bit, because you can really, after, you know, some part of the game, whoever your opposition number is, start to size them up, and by switching them over, it just keeps things a little bit more mysterious and what your new man's going to do. So it's not a bad ploy. It doesn't actually change the shape of what they're doing at all, but certainly gives the defenders very specifically something to look at. And Sean Matthews, it's that ball rolled out, and it comes all the way out to Wilson.
Back to Wilson. Wilson puts it away, and he's put it away. What a great finish by Wilson. Corey Wilson from left fullback. He made the run forward. Made the run past the big striker in Antonio. He laid it off to him. He was free in this 6-yard box and slotted it past Jesse Cook. 2-1, Belmont Swansea. That goal came from nowhere, didn't it, TT?
Look, it sure did. Wilson on hand to put it away and finish it, he did. And Belmont Swansea are absolutely pumped up here.
Goal for Belmont Swansea United.
And now, West Wallsend are facing a 2-1 deficit and a very strong breeze.
Frost plays it. Joe Holt back to Adam Cooper. Great, nice ball in, and yeah, nice ball into Ty Jones. But it looked like there was a foul on Finlayson there, but the referee didn't call it. Sam Holt on the ball. Oh, sorry, Brad Andrews. Good stride and challenge. Brad Andrews with a throw in.
Looking for Cole. Andrews in a strong challenge with Gazzard. It's really tight and scrappy, and West Wallsend have come up with a free kick. Andrews will get on the ball here. Look, he's really looking probably, for Cole and Jones. Maybe Jones is floating that in. It's just sitting up in the breeze, as you can see it. And that one come pounding over the sideline, and we'll see Andrews again.
And that's a foul on Clayton Poole by Sam Frost. Sam Holt. Sean Matthews just asking the referee a few questions.
Well, one thing I love about Shauno, he's never afraid to do that, and he's done it his whole career, and he's a great man to have in this situation when your grand final big game. There's not any more experience out in the park than him. As we see West Wallsend give away a foul smudge.
Yeah, I thought Joe Holt won that fairly and squarely, but the referee pulled it back for a foul. And you can hear the Westie crowd over on the far side and in the grandstand here, CT. Let's go, Westie. And this is another dangerous position for Belmont. With this strong Sully right behind them, they could float this in just into Jesse Cook, and the ball could go anywhere. And these balls into the box has caused us havoc, hasn't it?
Well, I'll tell you what, normally it's too far to hit, but possibly, just possibly, he might be half-rating himself with a really strong wind behind him. Gazzard, he can hit them.
Newton delivers.
And he has struck it. Probably higher would have been the go, but it wasn't to be that way. And Olivieri is on hand to clean things up.
Yeah, and Cox. Andrews with a throw in. See the Belmont Swansea supporters down on the far end with their Belmont Swansea or Bell Swans flag.
And that smudge on that clearance from Olivieri, that absolutely looked like it. I think it was Olivieri anyway, but it certainly was on hand. He's Gazzard.
And good pressure by Olivieri on Gazzard. Just threw him off a little bit. Forced him to take the shot, strike probably a little bit earlier than what he wanted to, and forced the turnover.
Just looked like he was just trying to guide that one into the top corner, but he just got under it a little bit and away it went. So away we go with Cook.
Belmont playing a nice high line here for the goal kick. I suppose the goal kick's into the wind. They're playing a nice high line, very compact strikers, probably about 20 yards from their strikers to their back four. And there's a foul on Sutton over on the far side. Referee just having to talk to Ty Jones, not happy about something. So Finlayson. West Wallsend very deep here, their back four. They're 60 yards away from the ball. It's been delivered, nice flick on by Gazzard and cleared by Andrews. Nice touch by Cameron Tapp, great touch by Cameron Tapp. Good pressure by Ryan Cole.
That's a really tough challenge
from Andrews, yeah. It's a great ball to Bailey Jensen. And that's it. No, he's play on the referee. There's been a few suspicious few suspicious challenges out there, but the referee's played it on. I don't mind play on, keep the flow, but when there's a foul, there has to be pulled up for a free kick.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Just as long as we don't see a broken leg or something as a result of it, that's probably the key here. But grand final, boys are going to put themselves on the line, and when they do, sometimes things go wrong. So the referee needs to keep a close hand on that.
And offside by a Martel.
And in respect of his name, Smudge, I'm going to run with the nickname Antonio all this afternoon. It's going to be a little bit easier for...
He's happy with that.
And we know that he's happy with that, so good on you, Antonio.
Albanian, and he's got a Greek name and an Albanian name. He's telling me Antonio is his Greek name. I spoke to him before the game.
Very well liked and respected by his teammates.
So CT, you got a special guest in a second. Frost on the far side with a free kick. West Wallsend pushing numbers forward. Frost delivers. Nice curling ball to the back stick. And good clearance header by Corey Wilson. Out to Brad Andrews. Plays it forward. Back to Joe Holt. Joe Holt delivers back stick. It's up high. And Paymenta takes it nice and easy. And CT, you got a special guest with us today?
Yeah, certainly do. And it's with absolute privilege to have in the commentary box his former great and legend Warren Shipley, long-term servant of West Wallsend, Smudge. And for people that don't know Warren Shipley, he has had an illustrious career and probably one of the best northern football players through the 80s and 90s in particular, and someone that has been highly feared by his oppositions, but highly regarded by his peers. And fortunately, I was one of them that got to play with Warren Shipley. We've asked Shippo to come in, Shippo, to give you a feeling on West Wallsend, a quick history on where they've been at and what the club's been through, and also maybe a bit of an account on what you're seeing today. Welcome aboard.
Thanks, CT. Smudge, great to be here, boys. Fantastic job you are doing, and it's thank you for them kind words. Really appreciate it.
So, Shippo, this club, West Wallsend, it's had maybe a bit of a roller coaster type, you could say, roller coaster type history. It's a very long and proud history, but in recent years there's been, up and down in First Division, and even 5 years ago on the brink of collapse.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. Luckily enough, we have people that supported the club.
And great challenge by Oliveri on Chris Gazzard. On Finlayson. So great challenge corner, West Bell Swans.
Yes, and the 127-year history of the club looked like it was going to fold a few years ago, as you said, but we had a few people get together and bring the club back from a brink, and we see the benefits of that today with the people, and you look across the far side of the ground, and the amount of blue and white we see over there is fantastic.
Yeah, it certainly is, and we'll come back to that in just a second. We've got Clayton Poole. He's going to deliver this one. He hit it with his left foot and swinging in towards the goal with that breeze again behind him. Dangerous ball into the box. Gazzard just tried to get a glance on it, and it's going back out. Obviously deflected off a West Wallsend player, and it'll be Poole straight back for probably a repeat, Smudge. I think where he's hit that one, he's probably going to be looking for somewhere similar.
Smart move by Bell Swans.
We've got Sean Matthews, who loves heading the ball in the box. It's gone short and gone as far as Jensen, being played out. We'll see this one cleared out. And Shippo, so right at this point, we can talk about the proud nature and the history of West Wallsend.
Yes, Chris, seeing these two teams go at each other, mate, brings back memories. I think it was 1986. I was part of the grand final that these two clubs met back in the NBN League. It was both clubs were in the NBN League back then, and West Wallsend were the minor premiers that year, but Bell Swans got the result in the grand final. Many of hard clashes we had against Bell Swans back in the 80s and the 90s. But yeah, it's good to see these two clubs still going strong and both in the grand final, even though they finished third and fourth this year.
And we spoke about the history of West Wallsend, and we're going to talk about Belmont Swansea in the second half as well. But the history of West Wallsend, it's got not only a long term, but it's also got a long list of players that have played for our nation.
Very much so, Chris. A fun fact that most people wouldn't know is West Wallsend has produced the most number of internationals for our country, 21 in fact, going back from the days where they first started back in 1891 when the club was formed. They've produced, as I said, 21 internationals over that time. So it's a very good record to have for West Wallsend, a small mining town, as you know. But back then, had plenty of miners playing the game.
See this ball being played out, and here come Bell Swans on the charge, and that one's just quickly chomped out of play.
Into Ryan Cole. Nice turn.
Cole
That's a
and
foul.
Matthews
Yeah, that's a foul.
Gone rocketing into the stands. We'll see Holt on the ball here. Again, West Wallsend, he's looking for Andrews, wanted to get away here, but
just quickly, boys, just out at Magic Park, Maitland 1, Magic 0.
Well, there's an interesting position, and never right off Michael Bolch, is what we're saying here. As Andrews gets on the ball, a great position to swing it in. Cross was poor and cleared away by Cook. And then Frost.
Well controlled by Frost. That was a difficult one to control. Plays it back to Cox, to Cooper. Back to Cox. Okay, into Ryan Cole. Good, strong challenge by Corey Wilson.
So, Shippo, we've spoken about, the number of representatives, the history of the club. This is all fantastic news, and the club's, been in and out of the top flight back into second division, and they've won a few grand finals as well.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. Since it was back in 1996, the club, after finishing sixth in the NBN League, was relegated back into second division because of facilities at the ground. They remained there until 2001 when they were promoted back into the NBN League. Unfortunately, finished last that season and was back in the second division again. They did go back in 2007. But then again, they were relegated after a few seasons to find themselves back where they are now. They've won the grand final three times in this division, in 1999, 2000, the latest being 2007. So yeah, it's a very proud history at West Wallsend. So it's good to see the boys back in the top flight, playing well in the grand final.
We won't hold you up too much longer, Shippo, but your son yesterday scored a goal in the grand final for Westie.
Yeah, he did, mate. He ended up leading goal scorer for their team through the season. Yeah, he done something his father couldn't do. He'd score a goal with his head. I tried my hardest, but couldn't seem to get it in the back of the net with the noggin. But he produced the goods yesterday, and they've had a really good season too. So he's hoping to get the nod for the 19s next year, and hopefully he'll be with the Bluebells again.
Tough challenge by Ryan Cole on Wilson.
And look, finally, Shippo, look, he might be able to score with his head, but you couldn't have. You could do certainly everything else in the game, and I was having some fun with Smudge telling me about some of the antics that you were able to pull off on the park, like organising walls, and while they're doing that, you're just slopping it in the corner, and that's always fun to watch, especially when you're on my team. But what I am keen to ask you is, now we're 20 years on plus, there's a lot of coaching, systems, patterns, all these terms, terminologies, numbers that we use. What are your thoughts on today's game versus, say, 20, 25 years ago?
As you said, I think it's a lot more structured these days. One of the things, and we've seen it here in this game today, defensively, I don't think they're as committed, would probably be the word. I remember our coaches used to say, you can play with when you've got the ball. We were brought up with the soccer ball. It's when you haven't got the balls when you need to learn how to play. And I think defensively they're probably a little bit poorer these days back to when we were playing. And as you said,
Frost.
a lot more.
Ross cracks it. Sorry, Shippo.
Yeah,
Sorry,
right, mate,
no
no worries at all. A lot more systems, as you said this day. They talk about transitions and different things like that. Back in our day, we just played, and you'd adapt to what the conditions were. If it was a wet day, you just pump the ball forward and win the ball up in their end, or when you're in front, you keep the ball, different things like that. But it doesn't seem to happen as much these days. It's all about tradition and structure, like you said. And it'd be good to see a few of the boys just go out and play and enjoy themselves and show them what they can do. And one of the other things, Chris, you say about them free kicks sneaking up, you got to wait for the whistle these days. So we can't do it anymore. So
that is so true. Well, look, Shippo, you've had a huge contribution in the game of football and true legend of Northern football, and we really appreciate your time here.
Oh, Sutton went on an elusive run, nearly brought down in the box, but referee wave play on. Sorry, CT.
We really do appreciate your time here, giving us an insight to the local game and some history of West Wallsend. So thanks very much for coming up, mate, and we really appreciate, again, your presence here this afternoon.
Thanks for the invite, boys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Shippo.
Cheers, Shippo.
Another strong challenge by Frost on Cameron Tapp.
And that was Warren Shipley, one of the true gentlemen, now a lawn bowls professional who actually can't get out of our scissor lift. I might just help him out. There we go.
Great ball by Jesse Cook. Oh, it's going to be cut out by Wilson. It's been superb, Wilson, on this left fullback. And Matthews comes in with a hard challenge on Sam Holt. It's Cox, back to Cook. Cook has a touch, plays it across to Oliveri. Frost is a bit tucked in here. Needs to get a little bit wider, I think. Just give him some space so he can play the ball. Oliveri out to Ty Jones, well controlled. Used his body really strong. Finlayson, well challenged. Newton coming across, just puts it on the sideline.
Newton himself having a great game this afternoon as well, Smudge. Really making his intentions clear. We'll see Frost on the ball. Swapped from time to time as well. See Jones in a tussle
with Wills, and Finlayson throws the ball at him, but
so as mentioned, this breeze does have a southeasterly influence, so whilst it's against them predominantly, West Wallsend, it's certainly not directly in their face. That ball comes through and it's cleared away, and Oliveri gets a toe on that one to sweep it out. Bryson Cox for West Wallsend, Smudge. We've spoken about the other defenders for Belmont, Swansea, and Newton and Cook. I think Bryson Cox is going to be in for a strong afternoon, which he's displayed already in the first half. I think key for West Wallsend to get something out of this coming back from behind is for him and Oliveri to stay strong in the middle at the back.
And that's a foul on Josh Sutton on the far side. He's starting to come into the game, Josh Sutton. He's starting to become quite elusive. He's starting to attack at plays. He's starting to be very dangerous on that right-hand side. It was a good move by Josh Rufo, switching Clayton Poole and Josh Sutton sides, just to vary it up a little bit. And Bellswan's in a great position here, CT. Finlayson with the cross. If I was Rufo, I'd be yelling out for Clayton Poole or Sutton to do an in-swinger with the wind right behind you. Finlayson delivers, doesn't beat the first man, went straight into Frost. Frost clears it. Pearl, good turn by Pearl. Plays it into Corey Wilson, it just evaded him, and that was a foul by Ryan Cole. Late challenge by Ryan Cole and Clayton Pearl.
Yeah, and that was late on Poole, and he that one looked like it might have hurt a bit, to be honest, but he gets up, shakes it off, and at this point, Gazzard most likely to deliver the ball into a dangerous position.
Gary Rowe just having a chat to Ty Jones here on the sideline, just barking some instructions out. Delivered by Gazzard, backstick, and Jesse Cook with those big mitts collects the ball nice and high. Just to give you an update around the other semi-final two out at Magic Park. Maitland 1, Broadmeadow 0. Broadmeadow going with a 3-1 lead into
Ladies and gentlemen, we're also
the
looking
game.
for the owner of a silver Kia Cerato. It's a silver Kia Cerato. Registration AZB04B.
Frost
She could return
crosses
the
it
car immediately.
into Ryan Cole. Great
Owner of
ball.
Silver Ford. Registration
And cut out by
code
Newton at the back for Bell Swans.
AF01L.
Frost and Sutton having a good duel here, CT. Sutton gets away. Nice ball into Antonio. And well defended by Olivieri. Bailey Jensen and Antonio fouls Jensen from the side. He went down quite awkwardly, Jensen, but he's got back on his feet.
And here's
there's
a punch up. Sean yeah, sorry.
You go.
Look, I know Sean Matthews particularly well, and he's experienced enough just to walk away from that. But there's a lot of feeling in that West Wallsend camp over near their side and where their fans are. And this means so much to the town, Smudge, and they won't like being down behind and frustrations boiling over.
Yeah, that's right. But you know what? The thing is, CT, there's still another half to play. It's nearing half-time in 43 minutes. There's still another half to play, and they will have the win in the second half, so they'll have the advantage. So, there's still a lot of football played in this football to be played in this game. But you can see the frustrations from both camps.
Well, it's typical of grand final football. This is it. Today's it. It's what it's all about. It's what they've played for all year, and they're just right into it. They're behind. But as you say, Smudge, second half, they're going to come out, even though behind, they're the ones that have got to score, and they're the ones that are going to apply the pressure. What they don't want to do here is get anyone sent off for something silly, and Sean Matthews takes one on the chin and trots away in his very familiar running style.
Yeah, Sean Matthews and Olivieri getting a yellow card each for their little dance at the big dance.
While we're there, Smudge, happy Father's Day to all dads around from wherever you're watching here on Bar TV Sports. Great to have your company. Chris Turner and Damien Smith, both dads. It's great to see my brother Animal joined in, as we affectionately call him, another great dad. Enjoy your Father's Day with whatever you're doing, as I know there's a lot of dads out here and mums and families watching this grand final, and what in all the first half has been very open, fun to watch, and very physical, Smudge.
Yeah, just while we're on Father's Day, guess what I got? What my kids bought me for Father's Day, CT?
Soap, undies and socks.
Anti-wrinkle cream with SF factor 15, so it's got a bit of sunscreen in it. So
Well, it's good for the sunscreen, but
yeah.
too late for the anti-wrinkle, mate. She's,
I'm not sure if there's
anyway.
Frost on the ball, he delivers very high. The wind's got hold of that one. Matthews is up, he's missed it. Has it gone out to Clayton Pearl? Closed down by Sam Frost. So we're approaching half-time, CT. Corey Wilson, as we said before, was named in the Team of the Year, NewFM Team of the Year, along with Jared Olivieri for West Wallsend. And Sean Matthews delivers out to Clayton Pearl. What a great ball over the top. The wind got hold of that one, and yeah, it's just gone too far over the byline. Quick transition by Bell Swans, which caught West Wallsend napping. Sorry to cut you off there, but the wind just takes, and that wind gust just up now.
The anticipation of Poole, he saw two moves in front what was going to happen. He took off down that left-hand side. As soon as he left, Matthews straight onto him and just put it through. But as you said, Smudge, it was just too difficult. Olivieri, Holt, back to Olivieri. And then straight in to Jones. Still strong on the ball. So strong he is, Jones. Matthews gets a toe in. And Cook going to play this one away. Gazard gets a nod on it.
Better play by West Wallsend. They get the ball on the deck, yeah. Olivieri just advanced himself in the middle of the park, just causing that overlap. However, Adam Cooper's just moved back into the back line to replace him. Bailey Jansen advances forward, plays the ball into Ty Jones, and well cut out by Mitchell Cook. Experience. And the ball's out to Finlayson on the right-hand side. Sutton. Ball into Finlayson. What a great ball by Sutton to Finlayson. There's numbers in the box. He crosses and just evaded Clayton Pearl. What a beautiful ball by Finlayson. And Sutton back on the box. And that's a foul on Josh Sutton. Tell you what, the last 15, 20 minutes, Josh Sutton has really come into this game, and he's looking very dangerous, very elusive.
Well, as you've mentioned, he was our man of the match in the previous grand final and injected himself. And I think in the second half, when he's running into the breeze, we'll probably see a bit more of him, to be honest, because that's where he'll see his speed and the ball at his feet come into play, and he'll enjoy that as opposed to just chasing it. And we've got Matthews and Poole on the ball here. It'll be interesting to see if Poole hits this one with his right foot, which he does. Swings it in, and Cook possibly off the crossbar. And then Jensen away, and now West Wallsend on the counter-attack. What an opportunity for Bell Swans to go 3-1 up just before half-time. See Cox steer that one away. And Holt sees it out of danger. And there it is, Smudge. That's half-time. The referee pulls this one up. Currently, as we see it, is Belmont Swansea 2 and West Wallsend 1. Smudge, cracking first half. Where are you seeing West Wallsend come back into this one for the second half?
Well, firstly, the first half was a cracking first half. Chances either side. Quite an even game for my liking. I just thought defending in the box is a little bit slack at times, and both sides scored off a set piece, which was a bit slack defending in the box, and didn't close down the man free in the box. However, Bell Swans had the win in the first half, and they were able to pump the ball, get some nice crosses in the box, causing some havoc for the West Wallsend defences. However, West Wallsend will have the win in the second half, and I think they're going to come out firing in the second half, and they're going to be dangerous to stop. We
just heard Cox saying it's a 3-goal win, and you know what, Smudge? I'm not disagreeing that's the case. What's more important is that in his mind, we've got the advantage in the second half. So they're behind. They've got all the work to do. They're the ones that have got to make some things happen. Second half will be very interesting. Look, for the way the pitch is set up, it's flat. It's running true, and at the moment, Bell Swans definitely in the box seat. But again, you know, if you Rufo, what are you going to say to your side at half time?
Yeah, I think it'll be very interesting. You can see Gary Rose set up, West Wallsend set up. With that win, they set up really deep because they knew the ball's over the top. If I was Rufo, I'd set up a lot higher than what Gary Rowe did. They set up quite deep their back four. I'd set up a lot higher because ball's over the top. The wind's just going to take it out to the byline and to the goalkeeper. Therefore, you're really compacting the space in the centre of the park because the deeper you defend, there's more space in the middle of the park. And then West Wallsend can advance and have shots outside the box with this strong wind behind. So if I was Bell Swans, I'll be playing a little bit of a high line, which they did in the first half, in saying that they did have the win. Because balls over the top would just roll on out to the byline, as we've seen in the first half.
Well, we're having a cracking time here, enjoying this, and we hope you are as well. It is Belmont Swansea 2, West Wallsend 1. We're in for a great second half. We'll see you in 10 minutes' time.
Okay, we're back for the second half for the Northern League One Grand Final between West Wallsend and Belmont Swansea. Belmont Swansea leading at half-time 2-1. Just if you've joined us, there's a strong southerly blowing right to left on screen, so West Wallsend will have a strong southerly in the second half. Belmont had it in the first half and used it to their advantage. Play some beautiful long balls into the box, which caused a little bit of havoc for West Wallsend defenders, and they lead 2-1. Finlayson on the ball, advances forward, closed down by Ty Jones. Well won by Ty Jones, and there's a foul. Foul on Ty Jones by Finlayson. Frost looking to take the free kick early. Cox, good clearance header by Cox. It's gone down to Belmont Swansea's Clayton Pearl. Plays it forward. Corey Wilson, back to Mitchell Cook. He's turned it over. Sam Holt plays it to Adam Cooper, and back to Cox. Talking to Gary Rowe just at half time, and he said he just wants the boys to remain calm. They've got the strong breeze behind them, and just try not to get into any tit for tat physical stuff. Great ball up the line by Finlayson, and nice clearance header by Oliveri. Keeps it in. Frost delivers to Ryan Cole. Nice control. And great challenge. Oh, another bit of physical between Cole and Newton at the back for Bell Swans. And good to see you, Chris Turner. You finally got back from half-time spell.
Yes, Smudge. Just went up and visited the officials of Northern New South Wales football. Doing it in style upstairs. Beautiful accommodation by Edgeworth. They're enjoying themselves up there, Smudge, no doubt about that. Plus, I had to have a twinkle little star. Smudge, this second half, all to do for West Wallsend. So we see ball being crossed in and easily cleaned up. Now we've got a change of fortunes for both sides. So Belmont Swansea now running into this breeze. Frost heads that one out to Jensen.
And good strong challenge by Antonio. Frost throws it in, looking towards Ty Jones. Well controlled by Ty Jones. Under a lot of pressure by Belmont Swansea, and he just taps Sean Matthews on the ankle. I said earlier, CT, just before you walked up to the commentary area, that I was talking to Gary Rowe just after half time, and he said just wants his boys to remain calm and be patient because they've got a strong wind behind them and not to get involved in any. Great ball in. Clayton Poole back stick, controls it. Good pressure by West Wallsend, has a shot, strikes it, and he's gone in. It's a deflection over the West Wallsend defender, and it lobs over Jesse Cooks. What a great goal by Clayton Poole.
Well, Smudge, that one's really come out of nowhere. He was given way too much time on the ball, Clayton Poole. You just can't give a player of that quality that amount of time, and he's taken it. It looks like it deflected off Cox, possibly, because it dipped so quickly and then just dropped and left Cook absolutely nowhere. So that's Belmont Swansea 3, West Wallsend 1.
Yeah, not the start West Wallsend and Gary Rowe would have liked. However, there's still a long way to go in this game, and like I said, there's a big southerly right behind them, so they'll have ample of opportunity to bounce back. Yeah, that one sort of came from nowhere. The ball was delivered into Clayton Pearl. He sort of had time on the ball outside the box. He wasn't closed in. He took the shot, and as soon as it went off his foot, it took a deflection straight away, but he celebrated virtually straight away. They knew it went in, didn't they? And it dipped straight over Jesse Cook. He was only a few yards off his line.
Yeah, it's amazing. It was almost like celebrated before it hit the back of the net. But this is a perfect start for Belmont Swansea. They've come out now 3-1. It's exactly what Rufo would have been asking from his troops to come out with a strong start, and that they've done that. And Holt spins out of his
great ball
marker, and all of a sudden West Wallsend back on the charge.
Andrews delivers. Pimenta straight off his line. Good goalkeeper, Pimenta.
Yeah, Parmenter is a good goalkeeper. He's rated by his coach as the best in the league, and he's certainly a character from all accounts.
Sutton weaves his way, tries to deliver, but it's cut out by Adam Cooper. Tap. Plays it out to Finlayson. Finlayson to Sutton. Sutton bounces back to Sutton. And Frost just gets himself in front of Sutton. And that's a foul by Sutton and on Frost. He didn't really need the foul there, Sutton. He had Frost in the corner going nowhere, so...
So Parmenter, described by his coach, Rufo, is unorthodox. He's a builder by trade. If you need any handiwork at home, you can get in contact with Belmont Swansea. I'm sure he'll be able to help you out. Actually, I might give him a call myself, Smudge.
That was a foul. A good little run by Joe Holt for West Wallsend, the number 8, but it was a foul on him, and the referee's brought it back. You probably hear the gust of wind over our microphones, hey CT. If I was Frost, I'll be delivering this in the box. Give Parmenter a bit of a test. Delivers Frost. It's going towards Pimenta. Pressure on. It drops down to Holt. Holt snaps it. Good defending by Belmont, Swansea and Sutton. That's a foul on Sutton, I think. Yep, the referee's brought it back for a foul on Sutton. We do apologise. We've got no replays here, have we, CT? So sometimes it's hard to see.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So it is a bit hard to see, and plus your eyesight's dodgy and mine's fading as well. Kind of fits with their overall performance, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, true. Just out at Magic Park, I just got a text come through that Maitland had a penalty and missed by Matt Thompson. That would have been 2-0 to Maitland.
Well, all the drama going on over there at Broadmeadow. Big lead to chase down from Maitland. And it's not something you would expect to see Matt Thompson miss a free kick. So we see Frost pick up the ball here.
He's had a good game, Frost, hasn't he?
He certainly has.
Yep.
His confidence is high, you can see that.
He's got good balance. Corey Wilson, good ball over the top to Gazzard. Gazzard tries to get it back inside to Corey Wilson. The win. Brad Andrews back curl. And that's a great ball in to Sam Frost. He's on the run and well cleared by Newton at the back. Reece Newton, well defended. He's had another solid game. Actually, both defences have been quite solid, bar on set pieces. Great ball. Back down him, Cooper. He gets past one, he strikes it. And it's good pressure by Sutton. Sutton's really come alive in probably the last 20 minutes of the first half, and obviously this half. He's started the game a little bit quiet, but he's probably got more ball, especially playing on this right-hand side. He started on the left-hand side, swap with Clayton Poole after about 15 or so minutes. He seems to be getting a lot more ball on this right-hand side.
Just having a reflection on that strike from Cooper. It bobbled for him. He couldn't hit it the first time. It went up in the air, and he stayed committed to his shot, Smudge. Went through, and I think he may have got some studs into his ankle. Nothing serious because he's running through it, but the intention's clear here. He's not pulling out. So we see Jones. And then Holt back involved in play, and he draws a free kick. And now this one you would expect is in range, and we see Frost on his way over. And so in range it is. This is probably close to, fractionally further out than you'd want it, but with the wind behind you, you're going to go for this. Now, he's got a couple of options here. The one most expected would be, and that's even if it's Frost. Andrews is certainly shaping up as well. Frost over the top and try and pick a corner past Parmenter. We'll see which way he goes here. Frost! And he does that. Hits a crossbar, and what a strike. He's just off target. Smudge, what a great strike from Frost.
Yeah, worth a shot, isn't it? He's perfect distance, especially with the wind behind. So, yeah, the wind sort of just lifted it a little bit and he hit the crossbar. I think, you know what, it's only been going 9.5 minutes in the second half, and I think West Wallsend are going to have more opportunities, so they just need to stay patient and just work their way back into the game. And just quickly, just over at Magic Park, John Griffiths just got sent off for Magic, so Magic down to 10 players. Maitland's just missed the penalty. There's dramas everywhere, but Maitland still lead 1-0. However, there are 3-2 behind the tie.
That one's shaping up to be an interesting one over the next half an hour or so over at Magic Park. Our attention here is on this one. This one's got plenty of interest, and as we saw, Frost thought he'd go over the top of the wall. He did. It was a matter of picking his spot, and it comes down to literally inches. See Cooper, now Oliveri, disappointed with that result.
Yeah.
Sean Matthews will pick this one up. No, he's let go. Gazard looming over the ball. West Wallsend crowd have been quiet into fraction smudge.
Yeah.
Smudge.
So Ryan Cole just coming to the sideline. Oh, he's got a bit of blood on his knee. He's probably need that cleaned up. I'll tell you what, CT, Edgeworth's delivered a beautiful day if that wind was down. When the wind dies down, it's an absolutely beautiful day here at Edgeworth. However, it does gust up every now and again. Here's Gazard with a free kick. Whips it in, curls it in, back stick. And going out for a goal kick. Well defended by Oliveri. Cook to Ty Jones. He's pushed it a little in the back there by Newton, but referee went played on. Ball. They're just attending Ryan Cole here at the moment. Just a bit of blood on his knee. Westie just with 10 players on the park at the moment. Cox headed away to Pearl. Pearl out to Corey Wilson. Wilson advances forward on the left-hand side. Tap makes a run forward. And good challenge by Cox on Tap. Quick transition here. Out to Sam Holt. Sam Holt. Brad Andrews. Wins delivered. Cut out by Mitchell Cook. Well positioned by Mitchell Cook in the centre of the back line for Bell Swans. The ball's going long. And cut out by West Wallsend. Andrews on the ball. Finlayson cuts it out. Beautiful chest to Sutton. And the referee waves plays on. Sutton's chasing down Brad Andrews. Oh, that's a nasty challenge by Sutton. You tell he was frustrated. He thought he should have had the foul a little bit earlier. He looked frustrated. He got up, chased Sutton down. Frost down. And there was a foul. Good position here, CT for Frost. Actually, I'd like to see a right footer get this one in, swinging it in towards Parmenter, especially with this salary right behind him. Frost delivers, beautiful ball in, it's over the top. Oh, Ty Jones had a great chance, just evaded the Belmont Swansea's defenders and probably got Ty Jones by surprise, and it just came off his knee, out for a goal kick.
Yeah, he does know it too, and you can see he's let that one slip by him. And you would expect someone with the talent of Jones put that away, but it hasn't happened. But as you said, Gary Rose in talking point of chances will come, and he knows his side's talented enough to come back from where they are. It's Frost. Ball's throw in, and Jones again finds Jensen. That one's been cut out. All of a sudden, ball's been cut out by Holt. Back with Newton again.
Cam Lodge. Gazard. Ball in by Corey Wilson. Oliveri with the header. Back to Cam Lodge. Strikes it. Jesse Cook down. Nice strike by Cam Lodge.
Yeah, and Cook had that covered comfortably. Sort of just didn't come off as quick as he would have wanted it to.
Bailey Jensen just been substituted by number 2, Josh West. He's had a pretty solid game, Bailey Jensen.
Yeah, he sure has. And Jensen come off. He should be happy with his game, with what he's contributed this afternoon so far. And I have to admit, though, he does look disappointed, as you do when you're coming off.
Matthews with the header. Out to Cameron Lodge, plays it forward and cut out by Olivieri. Good one too. Oh, good pressure by Bell Swans. Plays it out to Clayton Pearl. Sean Matthews going forward. Backstick. Josh Sutton. Great ball in. And the wind just evades. Just takes the ball a little bit past Josh Sutton. And Cox. Sutton, he wins the ball back off Cox. Evades one. And he was offside.
It's great to have your company here, Bar TV Sports. Currently, Belmont Swansea 3, West Wallsend 1. If you've just joined us, West Wallsend now in the second half, got a strong breeze behind them, but with a big job and all to do. Belmont Swansea went in at 2-1 at half time, and then immediately after, or within a couple of minutes, scored another one to get their third, and that's where we have it at this point.
Olivieri.
You see West Wallsend now, probably in the first time this game, Smudge, just looking just to get some composure into the game and start to knock the ball around a bit. It's just games go through patches where they go full of energy and enthusiasm through to, just settling in, and we're in one of those settled periods where West Wallsend, you can see now, looking to knock the ball around as we see the ball.
Olivieri, very calm at the back, isn't he?
He is. He's a wonderful and skillful player. That ball is played into Jones.
Better play by West Wallsend. I like how they're trying to play through the midfield and come and do some nice quick switches. However, Bell Swans are playing so compact. It's so, like I said, so compact in the centre of the park. I like to see West Wallsend use a bit more width. It's a big park.
Well, one of the things to consider, for the coach Josh Rufo, is that you've got to set your team up in against the breeze. It's not going to be too deep, but you want to be high enough to keep it compact, and so that's the balance. If you come up too high in your defensive line for Belmont Swansea and balls go in over the top, that's where you can find yourself in trouble. As we see Gazard float this one through.
And Bell Swans taking their time here. They're 3-1 up.
Yeah, they'll know every minute's just one they want to wind down, that's for sure. One's been called out for a goal kick, and Cook will get us back underway in a moment, Smudge.
As you said earlier, CT, a very good crowd in here at Edgeworth today to watch the grand final. Pearl, nice control. Good pressure by West Wallsend. The thing with West Wallsend, they won't die wondering, will they?
No, absolutely not. And West has injected himself immediately into this game, and he, certainly a player that's described by his coaches. He's got a high work rate, and he's a primary school teacher, Smudge, in his day job.
Gazard, Sutton, close down. Sutton again, Vase one, and well cut out by.
That's West. Searching ball down for Jones, but doesn't find its mark. And all of a sudden, Jones on the ball. First touch is important. Got away from him. And he knew, he could see it in his eye. He was watching it. Just had a lot of spin on the ball. And it just flew off the top of his boot when he tried to control it. Looks like we've got another substitution.
Yeah, Ryan Cully's been very busy today up front. It's been hard work for us strikers today due to the bouncy ball and the windy conditions. But Ryan Cully's been very busy. And coming on is number 11, Bailey Maxton.
Substitution for West Wallsend coming off, number 9.
While we were mentioning careers, Bailey is playing in the shirt of number 11. As you mentioned, he's joining the army, I should say. Described as a great goal scorer in the regular season from left fullback. So he's a left-sided player. We'll see how he goes here.
He's on the ball now, actually. A few nice touches to start off. Oliveri.
And we'll see how he goes, the 19-year-old, just about to join the army.
Well cut out by Cameron Lodge. Lodge is one-on-one with Oliveri. Holds him up well, Oliveri. Backtracks. He's gone back to Clayton Pill. Pill going forward. Closed down by Sam.
Yeah, that's Holt, and Pill back on the ball. He's just now looking for options and decides he'll try and a little back heel for Cook. And it ends up there.
And Bell's
Sorry, that's not Cook.
Finlayson.
It was Finlayson. Apologies for that. Looks similar from this angle. Gazard back to Finlayson.
Finlayson wouldn't like that, mate.
Knowing
Cookie really well.
We made reference to your eyes and mine, so don't read too much into that.
Poole. Back to Gazard. He's one out. Great cross in. Back to Sutton. Corey Wilson. It's outside the box. Sean Matthews strikes it.
Wonderful technique from Matthews. It just found the body, the West Wallsend defender, and it's gone out for a throw in, and West on the ball.
So Corey Wilson on the far side with the free kick. Delivers, beautiful ball across. It's bounced down, Clayton Poole delivers to Sutton. Comes back on his left side. Good pressure by West Wallsend. Well defended. Turnover to Tap. Back to Gazard. Plays it out to Lodge. Oh, Lodge! He's got it through! Oliveri waited for the ball and Lodge got a toe in and crossed it to Clayton Poole, and Poole open net. Poor communication there from the West Wallsend defender and goalkeeper. Cameron Lodge just got a toe in. What a great effort by Cameron Lodge. He never gave up. Just got the toe in. Found Clayton Poole, free as a bird, 1 yard out, and just taps it in. 4-1, Bell Swans. Going to be half of West Wallsend now, CT.
Absolutely, and look, to be honest, that's a bit of confusion there at the back, and something that Coach Gary Rowe from West Wallsend will not be excited about, because they're just really starting to be under a fair bit of pressure from Belmont Swansea, and in the end, the easiest tap-ins that even my brother could have tapped in animal for Clayton Poole. And that one is really going to go a long way, Smudge, to locking this game up. Now, the tactic for West Wallsend is pretty clear. Gary Rowe has sent out pretty clear instructions. Now we're going to go forward and we have to attack. This is it. They need a goal and get a goal soon. It's currently 4-1 Belmont Swansea.
Yeah, you know what? West Wallsend were just starting to take control and sort of put some pressure on the Bell Swans goal. But Bell Swans, to their credit, they dug deep, lifted. And you know what? The tenacious and never give up attitude of Cameron Lodge just then. It looked like the ball was gone and he had no chance for it. But he kept working, got that toe in, and Clayton Pearl, probably the easiest goal he's ever scored, I'd say.
Well, it probably would have shocked him because it just turned up. And here we go again. Sutton goes over and seems to be some confusion about how that free kick's occurred.
Now, the thing with I think the referee went play on, but he's brought it back to the free kick. West Wallsend players weren't too happy. The key for Belmont Swansea now are some of the more experienced players, like your Cooks, your Matthews, your Gazzards. These are the guys who can Poole. You can really wind the clock down. You keep the ball.
This ball's floated in. And again, it falls out to Sutton. And there's a free kick right on the edge of the box. It may have been Frost that's infringed there. Either way, it doesn't matter. He's pulled that one out about a metre outside the edge of the box. I thought it was a bit closer than that. Doesn't matter. Lodge with the ball at his feet, but he's got a number of players, including the three big guns. Gazzard, Matthews and Poole. And I won't be surprised if Poole takes this one because he's on his left side and he may get a bit more swing on the ball around the wall.
To be honest, when you look for a quick ball out to Cameron Lodge here on the right-hand side, he's free as a bird. If he starts running and makes a little run, you can play him ball just side of the wall. Then he's one-on-one with Cook.
Well, oh, it's a wonderful effort from Poole. He was the man to strike it, almost, and great save there from Cook. Save that scoreline going out a little bit further. Smudge, what a strike. He picked his spot. I thought initially it was going over the top, and then it dipped in the breeze. And a wonderful save from Cook.
Yeah, great save by Cook. Nice strike by Pearl. Into the breeze, like you said. And Belmont Swansea gets the ball away. Cameron Lodge again. He's been great since he's come on. And what he does, he attacks going forward. Kept the ball out to Gazzard. Sutton on the left-hand side. And good challenge. Good challenge by Sam Holt, sorry. Corey Wilson. Well controlled by Corey Wilson. Back to Sean Matthews. And the veteran. Nice skills by the veteran. Oh, he does his step over CT. We've seen that every year for the last 25 years, I think. That little step over of Sean Matthews. I've seen it doing in the 6-yard box when he's defending as well.
Yes, very calm is Sean Matthews under pressure.
Just on Joe Holt there. Nice turn by Joe Holt. West Wallsend, they need to start playing forward a little bit quicker. Looks like Oliveri's going to advance himself into the midfield. Frost, back to Cox. Sorry, back to West. Out to Holt. Sam Holt. They're cousins, Sam and Joe Holt.
Yes, ran into Joey Holt's father. He was having a little twinkle star. And that one's comfortably.
Oh, nice touch by Cameron Lodge.
And you're right, Smudge, he has been good. And he's on the charge again. Gets a shoulder. West Wallsend are appealing for something different. Referee pulls that free kick back. But love his enthusiasm here, Lodge. And he's really making things tough for West Wallsend.
And what he does, he opens up his body so he's facing forward when he gets the ball. And then he goes on the attack with speed. He's hard to stop. He's quite elusive. He reminds me a bit of a Sutton on the other side. And also a Clayton Pearl. Gazzard. Down Sam Holt.
Here we go. And Sutton here, he's in a great position. Gets that out for Poole. Gets himself on the edge of the box. He's got plenty of time. Delivers right foot, looking for Matthews and just overrun. And in the end, Ty Jones is on hand. Sorry, no, that in fact was cleared out by the West Wallsend defender, and Olivieri in the middle of the park. As you say, Smudge has advanced himself forward. And that player was in fact Bailey Maxton. He's helped advance them up the park. West Wallsend on the attack.
Nice ball.
And Parmenter away with this quickly now. Gets played out to Gazzard under a bit of pressure here, and Frost makes his presence felt, pushes it over for a throw in.
He's had a good game for us, left fullback for West Wallsend. He's been busy. Been solid in defence.
And Finlayson with a throw in. Ball goes out for a throw in again to Belmont Swansea.
Looks like Belmont Swansea's going to make their final substitution. Their club captain, Joel Shearer. Been a very good player, very experienced player, great player to come on late in the game.
Well, you know, a good stroke here from Josh Rufo to bring him on. Shearer, he has been part of the grand finals that they haven't won, and he'll be looking to get part of this and for his team hopefully celebrate. And Clayton Poole,
What a game he's had.
he has had
Scored a few goals.
an absolute cracker, Smudge, and he's someone that they're going to look at to, provided they do win. A guy that's taken them a long way to being a part of that.
Just one little gesture I just seen then. Joe Holt with the ball, advances forward with pace, well defended by Sean Matthews. Just one little thing as they're making the substitution, you see Corey Wilson, the left fullback for Belmont, who had the armband for the start of the game, run over and give the armband to Joel Shearer, who is the club captain. And just, yeah, that was a nice gesture.
Just watching Sean Matthews, it's like watching him 20 years ago, the fire in his belly. He's just said it's 4-1 for whatever exchange was going on. And the look, and he hit that ball over the sideline with too much adrenaline by the look. Instead of knowing well, it's not his style. He's pumped up, as will the whole of Belmont Swansea if they do get the result here, and as the minutes start to tick away.
You're just on Sean Matthews. I was talking to him before the game. I said, mate, just talking about the year, etc. And I said, this your last year? He said, yeah, mate, it's my last year. However, he's been saying that for the last 10 years. But he keeps popping up, doesn't he, CT?
Well, I think I've talked him out of retirement 3 times, and that was probably 10 years ago.
Hey, just quickly, just on, it's Father's Day. You must have a Father's Day joke, mate.
You know, I'm not wanting to pull many of them out, but just see what happens here. We've got a free kick.
What a great strike by...
Well, in fact, this is interesting. Free kick's coming back to Frost. Probably looked fairly direct to get this one straight into the box. We'll come back to that in a minute, Smudge. It is Father's Day.
Just on Frosty, I'd be aiming straight at the goalkeeper.
Well, he's done almost that. Just got
great
it right in
punch.
the right spot. And Parmenter, yes, punched it away. Yes, Smudge, I was greeted this morning by my 3 children. My wife went to work early, and it was a wonderful thing to all to be there. And my eldest daughter, Sophie, she said, Dad, I'm looking to get a job. Have you got any advice? And I said, where do you want to work? She said, I want to work in the makeup industry. I said, oh, that's really good. She said, what do you think? And I said, as far as advice? She said, yeah. What should I do? And I said, if you're going to work in the makeup industry, just make sure you apply daily.
That's one just really bad, mate. It's terrible.
Actually, don't mind it.
I can't believe you're laughing at your own joke. Great ball in, and nice defensive header by Sean Matthews.
Andrews brought down there. And Jones, a little bit fired up.
Finlayson, mate. Andrews plays for West Wallsend.
Sorry, I'll stand corrected. I was still hung up on the joke. You're right, it is Finlayson. brought down, and it's not the first time I've made a mistake in his name this afternoon, Smudge.
Just on Finlayson, he's been very busy on this right-hand side, hasn't he?
All jokes aside, he has been good, and he's been very, very solid for them.
Frost. Oh, Sean Matthews.
He slotted out, and he's picked up Sutton on the edge of the box, looking for Gazzard. He can strike it left foot, all right. And he's fouled outside the box, and so this sets up beautifully for Belmont Swansea. Get a strike on goal here.
And also they're just winding the clock down.
We've got just on 10 minutes of regular time. I've just got to open up. I've just asked Smudge how many minutes to go. He's picked up to Edgeworth's brand new scoreboard. It's more obvious than the nose in your face.
Which is nearly 10 metres by 10 metres, and the clock's winding down. And
that's gold. And we've got 9.5 minutes of regular time. Sean Matthews, he will fancy himself from here. Looking for the same dip the Pool got, but didn't get that one.
And see Sean Matthews, after he took the free kick, he was so disappointed in himself. They're up 4-1, but he demands excellence all the time, doesn't he?
Always. He is a man that you'll have your training sessions back in some days, years gone by, two nights a week, 3 nights. And he'll be out running, doing ball work at the park every day on his own. Got some cones out, dribbling in and out. Just making sure he gets as many touches on the ball he can every day and maintains his fitness.
Gazzard. Good pressure by Gazzard, and West comes away with it. Did very well. Turned over. Back to Shearer. And comes away. Frost comes away with it for West Wallsend, and Shearer's offside. So if Belmont Swansea do hold on here, CT, this is going to be their first grand final win in 32 years. It's going to be massive celebrations back at the Bell Swans Club.
Oh, it will be, without a doubt, if that's the case. But you know what else, Smudge? When you've had 2 goes at it previously, you've been close before, you're just so there, but you're not. And if today happens, you can expect celebrations will just be out of control for these boys, and you know how hard they work, especially with the veterans they got in the side, the youth they got in the side.
Yep.
Got a very, very talented coach who obviously sets them up well and thinks about.
Great ball into Ty Jones. He puts it down, and great finish by Joe Holt.
Well, just when we're talking about the luxuries of Belmont Swansea, West Wallsend, via the services of Joe Holt, got themselves back in the game, Smudge. It's now 4-2, Belmont Swansea 4, West Wallsend 2, and West Wallsend buoyed Gary Rowe rarely off his bench and barking instructions saying it's all on. Let's go.
It's all on, just everything in the box, and that was delivered in the box. Great chest by Ty Jones, but full credit to Joe Holt, who followed up and slogged it home. He's had a good game today, Joe Holt, as well.
He has, and he was very ginger getting up, so he's worked hard, but I'm just wondering whether he may have taken a knock, but he's not going to come off Holty. He'll just stay on there and grind it out. Belmont Swansea, we're just starting to look at their senior men in their eyes for that leadership, for that calming nature about keeping things in perspective.
Especially with about 6.5 on the clock. But just going back to Belmont Swansea, we were here 2 years ago when they lost in penalties to Wallsend, Dave Hodgson's side. Belmont Swansea had the game won, but Wallsend equalised late. Delivered. Great header by Shearer, the club captain, and ball taken by Jesse Cook. And Marshall, just bounced over. He just misjudged that.
He did, and they're the little things that add up on you. It gives Belmont Swansea some more possession and gets them back into play. And Cox swings that one away. Holt might have been hobbling before, but he's got the look of ambition in his eye. Looking for Jones, doesn't go there. Finds Holt. It's Joey Holt. And Bailey Maxton Back onto Jones, got the ball at his feet. And he doesn't mind muscling it up either.
And Belmont Swansea's doing this very smart. They're just winding down the clock, just knocking the ball out. It's gone out for a throw, and they're just taking their time getting to the ball. But yeah, just going back on that game 2 years ago when Wallsend beat him in penalties. Wallsend equalised late in the game to take it to penalties, or take it to extra time and then to penalties. That was so unlucky, Belmont Swansea, not to come away with a win. But they're in the box seat here with just on 5 minutes to go. They lead 4-2.
This one could have gone either way. According to the statistics, in this year, in round 11, Belmont Swansea came away victors 2 goals over 1 for West Wallsend. And then in round 22, it was West Wallsend 3, Belmont Swansea 1.
Great ball in the sandbox, well defended by Shearer for Belmont Swansea. West Wallsend really putting a lot of pressure on. Ball in, and again, good hard defending by West Wallsend. Lodge on the ball. Lodge again, he's got some pace, Lodge. He's been tracked by 3 West Wallsend players, and Brad Andrews took out his teammate, Frost.
Yep. It might be 4-2 down here, West Wallsend. There's plenty of feeling.
Looks like Olivieri's moving himself up the park. Great move by Gary Rowe. He's an experienced player, very, very, very good player. Thrusting him forward.
Gary Rowe knows how important every single second he's here to his troops. A goal now for West Wallsend brings them right in.
And the wind just took the ball, just evaded everybody. That's where I think balls like that, you aim them in the box, but you aim them towards the goal, because if it evades everybody, it could get the keeper by surprise. Well, there could be a little deflection. It's 3 minutes to go, CT. You Josh Riffer on the bench. What are you thinking?
Yeah, look, for Belmont Swansea, you just want to slow things down, as Sean Matthews is trying to do. He's claiming a knock to the head. I'm pretty sure he's okay. That's just experience. No doubt he's copped a knock. But for West Wallsend, you just need to get it in the box at this point and hope you can get something so that you've got the last couple of minutes plus whatever's left in extra time to snatch a draw, as we saw Edgeworth do against Lambton Jaffers last night.
Finlayson, he's been rock solid, hasn't he, at right fullback?
He has, Finlayson, and you know what? It's players like him, it's Cook, it's Newton, Wilson. Set up a good foundation for Belmont Swansea.
Great tackle by West on Sutton. But it's gone out to a throw-in for Belmont Swansea. Be interesting to see if there's any old boys for Belmont Swansea who played in that grand final 32 years ago. Last time they won it, and it was against West Wallsend. They won 4-2 in penalties. And this score remains 4-2 now. Holt. Joe Holt on the ball.
Send this long. And doesn't get as far as he wanted to, and it falls for Matthews, who again, using all of his experience, he's going to slow this down. He's going to tick the seconds away, pull up his socks, just keep his eyes down, just making sure that his team gets those ticking away seconds. And talk about players that know how to close games out. He's one of them.
You know what? He's been a long servant and a very good player, hasn't he? For
Sure
Newcastle football over the years. Sutton finds himself free outside the box, and well defended by Joe Holt. It looks like Belmont Swansea is going to use their last substitution in the final minute of play. Daniel Rufo. Andrews plays it into Oliveri. Nice turn by Oliveri. Oh, his pass just eluded him. It sort of bounced up on him. He just didn't get the right connection. And it's come away with Belmont Swansea with Lodge. And that's a foul on Cameron Lodge.
No, that'll be Frost. Frost has gone in late.
On Lodge.
On Lodge, Smudge. And so we'll see Andrews coming to play again. He's slowing this game down as well. And then we're going to...
And it looks like Josh Sutton is coming off. He's had a tremendous game, hasn't he? Josh Sutton again. He's been very elusive, very dangerous when he faces up and on the attack.
Yeah, and the crowd are appreciating his efforts and what he's contributed this afternoon. And
substitution for Belmont Swansea United coming on, number 6, Dan Ruffo. Replacing number 9, Josh Sutton.
so we see Rufo coming to the pitch, take part in the final minutes of the game. We're now into extra time.
Corner.
And they'll celebrate long and hard. Belmont Swansea, 3 attempts. Third time lucky. Father's Day. And a long time since the last victory, Smudge, in
1986.
1986.
32 years. Big celebrations tonight for Belmont Swansea. West Wallsend's put up a gallant fight, haven't they?
Well, they have, and full credit to Gary Rowe, Lucas Olney, and all of their group from where they were, as we mentioned, as a club on the brink of fold up 5 years ago, and now you see the colour of blue and white, the colours of West Wallsend on both sides of the ground, and particularly on the far side. They've been well represented throughout the day, and the club is back. They'll continue to march forward. And for Coach Gary Rowe, Smudge, he's moving on next year.
Yeah, I'm unsure about that, but I know Josh Ruffo's going to Lake Macquarie. He's going to be the technical director at Lake Macquarie, so it's a great move for him to help out our good mate Nick Webb at Lake Macquarie in the NPL.
Yeah, and that'll be very fitting for Josh Rufo, because he's certainly highly capable, and he'll be a wonderful asset to Nick Webb at Lake Macquarie.
And just on Josh Rufo, this is his 3rd grand final in a row, and he's lost the previous 2, so yeah, massive congratulations to Josh Rufo and a number of boys out here as well. A few of the boys won when they were playing for Wallsend, actually. And sorry I missed that, CT. Did you see what happened there? Looks like Ty Jones has got a red card late in the game.
Well, the Belmont Swansea fans will just be loving this, and this will be a long walk. You know what? He's getting a cuddle from Sean Matthews. They know it's all over. Ty Jones, he's had a great game despite a send-off, and he'll have a little holiday at the start of next season.
Yeah, he set one up. He's worked very hard, tireless in defence as a striker, and yeah, he's had a good game. I'm unsure what happened. We haven't got replays here.
To be honest, he doesn't look that disappointed. He's probably frustration come out, but he's off, and he'll go and jump in the shower. Belmont Swansea, on the other hand, though, they're just waiting for the whistle to go at any moment.
Yep, the canary yellow and green. Big celebrations. You can see the swan on the hill. I seen a blow-up pool swan on the hill just earlier, CT.
Really?
Yes.
It's interesting you look out for that sort of stuff. And there it is. Belmont Swansea, finally, after 3 attempts and since 1986, come away with a grand final victory in what you would say was a fair result and a comfortable ending for them. overall. Smudge, overall, the feeling of this game, the scoreline says 4-2. Was it closer than that?
Yeah, I think it was closer than that. It was a very entertaining game. I think Belmont Swansea deserved the win in the end, but I'll tell you what, it was a close game. I think West Wallsend just fell asleep at some crucial times in the game, especially when they were back in the games, and especially the fourth goal. The fourth goal, they just fell asleep, lack of communication at the back. Cameron Lodge got a toe in, crossed at the Clayton pool, and finished it off. So yeah, massive congratulations to Belmont Swansea. There's going to be big celebrations out there tonight, especially their first premiership or grand final win in 32 years. Commiserations to West Wallsend. They've had a gallant fight here today. It was so close. They probably deserve more as well, but full credit to Belmont Swansea. So we've got Chris Turner down on the field at the moment. Hopefully we can get some players, or at least Josh Riffer over for a quick chat, CT.
Yeah, well, we'll do our best, and we might see if you can come down and join us, Smudge. And whilst that's going on, it's certainly commiserations for West Wallsend and all their supporters that have turned out. But all in all, you would expect that on this occasion, Belmont Swansea are fitting winners, heading out 4-2 over West Wallsend. Can't help but think as Smudge comes around, and he'll go ahead and get some people to come and talk to us. But all in all, this celebration for Belmont Swansea will be one that's so sweet because it's been so long. In the recent 3 attempts, it's been something that has been very much treasured by in looking forward to each grand final, and then falling over just at that last minute. It's been something to savour for today. And they've done it in style. They've got some big players in the group. Talk about Poole, Gazzard, Sean Matthews, and others. And we've got Josh Rufo making his way over in a moment. He doesn't know where to go, to be honest. And the players making their way down to see their fans, the supporters of the club. And as they all go down there, they're all West Wallsend heading over to their supporters as well. And these are great scenes on a great occasion. And we'll just enjoy those visions of Belmont Swansea going over to their faithful, their supporters that have supported them so well over such a long period, and a great club. And speaking of great clubs, led by a great man, Josh Rufo. Congratulations, mate. This is a really big result for you. It's been up and down for both sides this year. You've both had results. You're coming into this one, third time lucky. How's this feel?
Oh, look, mate, it's an amazing achievement, but full credit to the players. So we've worked very, very hard all pre-season, all season, and I guess, look, we were dead last after round 6. We haven't lost a game in 16 games. So, look, now full credit to the players. So
I'm sure Smudge has got a question or two for you as well. I'm just going to ask you one before he does. Where do you think the game was won for you today? Where did you win?
Yeah, look, I think I actually said to Damon earlier in the week that defence, the best team with the best defensive shape and, you know, the work rate, the attitude will win. And even though it probably wasn't the best the first 10 minutes for both teams, I thought overall we had the structure, the shape was set, and then the rest is what it is. And then you got to look, someone as quality as Clayton Poole, the rest does its job. So no, it was good.
I'll tell you what, this is the first time I've heard this song in a long time, the old Bells One song. Haven't heard it for many, many years. I'm so glad to hear it. Just a quick question. I was going to ask you about the defence. I thought defence was rock solid, bar the first few minutes, scrappy goal for both sides. But in attack, you looked lethal in attack. I said to you before the game, you only scored, 32 goals this year, which is probably the 9th best.
Yeah.
You got so many attacking players out there, but today you look great going forward.
Yeah, look, we really do spend a lot of time. Look, I'm Italian. My all-time favourite football is Italian football of the 90s, Catenaccio. Really solid defensive setup, and then let the good players on the ball do their job. Yeah. So, look, again, defensively we were very well set and just gave an opportunity for someone like Poole to do their job. So, look, on another day, mate, we could have had 1,000 shots and never scored, which is probably what you saw in every other game we played this year. So, again, defensively, we were very good. So.
Just a quick question before you, CT. Cameron Lodge, you came on and really turned the game. I thought, well, you're on top anyway, but when he came on, he just thrusted forward and he tenacious right towards the end, which, crossed the ball. Yeah, I thought he did really well when he came on.
Yeah, look, again, one of the things that we've worked really, really hard on is the work rate and the attitude of the players. And that third goal comes simply from, he had no right to even get that. He's worked his socks off, he's won it. Simple tap in. So again, that's a reflection of the team. Hard working, good attitude, and so.
And just sorry to cut you off, CT. Just one. Corey Wilson and Mark Finlayson, your right and left fullback, were rock solid. They were very busy, getting forward, getting back, staying nice and tight. They were superb.
Yeah, look, again, we worked all week, or we've been working all year on the shape, and it worked. Today was one of those things. When it works, and you saw the space that we were able to take. West Wallsend probably sat a lot deeper than I thought, and probably gave us more space than we anticipated. But again, the left and right back still need to have the courage of best to actually take that space, and so no, again, lots of good players, lots of good things, and like I said, they're enjoying themselves. 32 years, so yeah, why not?
And finally, mate, you've got Smudge and I have been talking about how you've got some experienced, big name players in your side. They certainly looked important as the back end of the game was coming on. How did you see their involvement with what they had to do at the back end?
Oh, look, again, full credit to them, because there's a lot of players that played good level of football, lots of good football brains, and they're bought into what myself and Mick and my brother have sort of put to them. And look, again, you can't win football without good football players. So, yeah, to their credit, look, again, they're immense. It's been really good to have them on board, and a lot of the younger players have learnt from it, and probably, like you saw, in another day, without that experience, it probably goes the other way. So
yeah, absolutely, and it's not just the experience, what they deliver in terms of physical on the park and getting the ball around, but just that stability and calming nature that they have. So
very nice things, Gary. Very nice. No, always. That's what I'm just saying.
All right, well, thanks very much, Josh. We really appreciate it. Go and celebrate with your group, and congratulations.
Now we have Gary Rowe, West Wallsend coach. Mate, unlucky today. Didn't have the best of starts. A bit of a sloppy goal to start off with.
Yeah, I thought all of the goals were sloppy, to be fair. I think we gifted them a couple, which is always hard to come back from, and they give us a sloppy one in the first half. I thought it was just one of those games in the conditions and whatnot. It was just a bit ordinary from everybody, but yeah, look, you can't gift a good side with that many experienced players chances like that, and then expect to dig your way out of it. So yeah, it's just unfortunate.
You got back to 1-1, and I thought you started to really start to press, take control of the game as well. But then they get the 2-1, and then they hit the crossbar leading the half time. So you got in the half time at 2-1. There's a strong wind behind you back in the second half. You must have been feeling a bit confident.
Well, we talked about half time about the wind. It seemed to die away until just now. So that was annoying, and that was a lot of what we talked about was getting the ball shifted into corners with the breeze, but it just sort of died off, and it didn't really come to for us. We were really happy to go in at 2-1 at half time because I thought the breeze was that sort of a game changer sort of thing, but. Yeah, when it dies down and then you're setting up to do something in particular, and that's look, we didn't match up well through the middle of the park today, and they were just a bit smarter than us in key areas, which is to be expected when you've got such quality in their team.
And Rowie, you've been involved at West Wallsend for a long time. Yep. And you and I know each other from those days. Your family's been involved in the club, and the club nearly folded 5 years ago. We had Warren Shipley talking to us, who joined us earlier, which was wonderful, and gave us a bit of the history about the club, and nearly folding 5 years ago, and then being back here and seeing the blue and white, the Bluebells back in this arena is testament to what you have done for this group and the way you've brought them together. I had the pleasure, Smudge, of going to the dressing shed a few weeks ago on Old Boys Day, and then Rowie's invited me back in before the start of the game, the way he's brought them together. And the energy and the passion in the group, and you can see it's not just about a football side; it's about a community, and we know that. But to see this today, how did it make you feel when you ran out to the park?
Oh, look, like you said, it was a big task when we come and took over. What's now 4.5 years ago, and it's been a lot of hard work from a lot of people on and off the field, and like I said, and I keep saying, the boys invested in me, and vice versa. I've invested in them, and we've ridden through some interesting times, and we've enjoyed some really good times. So, look, we're pretty happy that we're signing off on our time here with the boys where they are, and setting them up, in 3 of 6 grand finals this year, and they made finals in 5 or 6 grades, which is an awesome place for us to live. It's from where we come from 4 years ago, where we were stone last and had, things weren't looking fantastic. And
you won the 18s today.
Yeah, we won the 18s today and 17s yesterday, so that's it's pretty good for a club of our financial stature, and like I said, where they've come from 4 and 5 years ago. They were on death's door. I remember when I was coaching at Lakes, and Dad dragged me off to the rescue meeting, and we're sitting in the background, and Dad said to me, what are we going to do to fix it? It's like, it's
grow a beard.
Yeah, so it's been tough, and especially for him and other people. So it's nice that we're signing off, and it's in a good place.
Yeah, Rowie, it really is. And you know what? West Wallsend may have lost a grand final today, but they've won a bigger battle in survival and being set up in the position that you've got them into and where they're at right now. You've done a huge job, and I think Smudge will agree that West Wallsend, not only the club but the community rallies around this club and this footballing side.
Today.
And this is really good news. So congratulations. It's not a loss. This is a big win for the community, because Westie soccer and football, as now we call it, is back. So well done, mate, and very proud of you and what you've done for this group.
Well done, mate. And just lastly, you said if you won the grand final, you'd keep the bid. You lost the grand final? Is it going?
It's not going anywhere. It might get a trim now that the season's over, but it'll still be there tomorrow.
Okay, mate. Thanks, mate. Been a pleasure.
All right. Thanks again, Rowie. So that was head coach Gary Rowe from West Wallsend. And Smudge, all in all, for Belmont Swansea, they'd have to be excited. A deserving victory, and for them, celebrations to come.
Yeah, it's been 32 years since last drinks, hasn't it? And massive congratulations to Belmont Swansea. They deserved it in the end. West Wallsend battled hard, and unfortunately a few defensive mistakes. I thought, they could have been a little bit tighter in certain areas. But overall, Belmont Swansea, they deserved it. Congratulations to Josh Riffo, Mick Stafford as well, the assistant, who's been long-serving player and coaching on the coaching staff of Belmont Swansea. But they were good today, Belmont Swansea, and thoroughly deserved. Well,
looking forward, Mick Stafford will take over the group in 2019, so he'll be excited about the position they're left in as well. And in summary, Belmont Swansea 4, West Wallsend 2. Fair result. That wraps us up here this afternoon. Hope you enjoyed the coverage as much as what we did, and thanks very much for joining us, and we'll see you in 2019.